Arsenal guaranteed a finish inside the top two of the Champions League table with a professional performance against Inter Milan. The Gunners had secured a top 8 place before they had even kicked a ball thanks to Manchester City's embarrassing defeat to Bodo, Glimt, but there was no sign of Mikel Arteta's side resting on their laurels. Sign up for the Arsenal newsletter. Thank you. Arsenal made it 7 wins from 7 in the Champions League with a 3-1 victory over Inter MilanCredit. Getty. A Gabriel Jesus brace and a goal off the bench from Viktor Gyokeres put the 3 points beyond doubt for the North Londoners. Arteta opted for a host of changes ahead of a big Premier League clash with Manchester United on Sunday, but still fielded a strong team thanks to his immense strength and depth. Here's SunSport's Joshua Hall rates each individual Arsenal performance. David Raya 6. Absolutely nothing he could do to stop Petr Suchek's thunderous strike that brought Inter level in the first half. Read more on Arsenal. The Spaniard didn't have loads to deal with, but is never a position that Arsenal fans need to worry about. Miles Lewis-Skelly 7. The versatile fullback has been starved of minutes this season and hasn't looked at the races when he has been thrown a bone by Mikel Arteta. This performance, however, looked more like the standard Arsenal fans were used to seeing from the team last season. It wasn't his finest showing, but a sign that he is still capable of being an important player in this side. Most read in football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. Christian Mosquera 8. A welcome return for the centre-back, who has been absent since his injury against Brentford at the start of December. Brilliant block to deny Marcus Thuram right before Suchek's moment of magic pulled Inter level. Even more impressive defending when he perfectly positioned himself to shut off a dangerous counterattack that looked a certain Inter goal. All of that for a £13 million signing nobody had heard of isn't too shabby. William Saliba 4. Saliba's calming presence has always been one of his best characteristics, but it is slowly becoming one of his biggest downfalls. The Frenchman often looks too casual with his passing and doesn't take care of possession as much as other members of the backline do. He was rescued by David Raya when he played a loose ball back in the first half, while he was lucky to avoid giving away a penalty when he stuck a leg out and brought down Lautaro Martinez in the second spell. It's not disastrous, but there's only so many times you can call a mistake uncharacteristic. William Saliba didn't have his best night credit. Getty. Jerian Timber 5. Back in his favored position at right back but still not quite back to his best. His scuffed shot landed at Jesus' feet to set up the first and give him a somewhat accidental assist. Arteta will be hoping he returns to his best for Man Utd at the weekend. Martin Zubimendi 7. Everyone was singing Martin Zubimendi's praises after his goal against Chelsea, but it's so much more than attacking threat that he offers. The Spaniard is so tidy on the ball and is forever looking to break lines with his fizzed passes. Even without Declan Rice alongside him, he looked very strong. Mikel Merino 6. An assured but less than eye-catching performance from Merino. It's remarkable that he can play both this workhorse deeper role and be a centre forward when called upon to a great standard. His second half yellow card means he will be suspended for next week's game against Kairat. Eberechies 5. Back in the starting 11 after a frustrating period watching from the bench. If this was an audition to get more minutes, the summer signing won't be expecting a callback. It wasn't a terrible performance by any means, but it was lackluster enough to see him taken off after the hour mark. Leandro Trossard 6. Did superbly well to keep the ball in play and nodded back across the face of goal to set up Gabriel Jesus' second goal. Other than that, the Belgian struggled to make much of an impact on the left wing. Bukayo Saka 8. Arsenal fans were hoping Saka would be rested tonight with one eye on Man Utd on Sunday. Inter's backline were probably hoping for the same. You have to imagine that every fullback that knows they're coming up against Saka is filled with dread before they walk out on the pitch. The Gunners' captain on the night was absolutely relentless with his runs at Alessandro Bastoni and Federico Di Marco. The only missing thing from this performance was some end product, but that wasn't for a lack of trying. Gabriel Jesus 9. Gabriel Jesus showed why he should be starting over Viktor Gyokeres. Credit, Shutterstock editorial. Jesus spoke ahead of the game about how he has been trying to help Viktor Gyokeres navigate his dismal start to life in North London. But this performance won't have done anything to help the struggling Swede, with Jesus instead showing why he should be starting ahead of the Gyokeres at the moment. His poacher's instincts were on show after just 10 minutes when he pounced on a scuffed Jurriën Timber shot to put the Gunners ahead, before he netted a second with his noggin from a clever corner. Substitutes. Declan Rice, for ease, 64 minutes, 6. A professional cameo from one of Arsenal's most reliable players. Ben White, for Timber, 64 minutes, 5. Little for White to do off the bench, but good for him to get even more minutes in the tank. Gabriel Magalhaes, for Mosquera, 75 minutes, 6. Brought on to shore up the defense and see out the victory, did just that. Viktor Gyokeres, for Jesus, 75 minutes, 7. Jesus looked like he has secured a place in the starting 11 against Man Utd at the weekend, but Gyokeres wasn't going to go down without a fight. Recommended stories. He smashed home Arsenal's third to guarantee the win less than 10 minutes after coming off the bench. Viktor Gyokeres made sure to get a goal for himself off the bench after Jesus' eye-catching display. Credit, Getty. Gabriel Martinelli, for Trossard, 79 minutes, 7. A stunning outside of the boot pass to play the ball forward for Gyokeres' goal. Comments.